Hello, my Stitchcraft friends. I'm Cher Johnson. Welcome to my happy place. Uh, there's will be a link in the description to my Facebook group. Join us there. Post your pictures there. Link also to my Ko-fi site where you can get free patterns and tip your waitress. Also, you can do a super thanks if you don't mind for just $1.99. So I'm working from this book again today. In a Wheat Field by Elizabetta Sforza. See this that one right there. She calls it a bellflower. So I used this the other day. This Super Solvy by Sulky. It's a water soluble stabilizer. It's plastic. It's kind of cool. I drew on a little pattern on the Super Solvy, and I have a needle and thread here. I have 3 colors that I'm using. DMC Floss 580, that's the green that I'm using. And I have 2 colors of purple, 3041 and 3042. And we're going to start with a stem stitch. The stem stitch goes like this. I have 2 strands of the DMC floss. A stem stitch goes from left to right. I'm going to insert the needle from right to left. Now I want to keep this thread above the line. Above the line, below the line, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it kind of does, but what matters is that you keep it either above the line or below the line. I like to go above the line when I have a curve this way. When I'm curving down, I like to keep it above the line. And I stitched on this Solvy with just some pink thread that I'm gonna remove later. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut most of it out, the Super Solvy. And then I'm just gonna soak it in some water. I discovered on the last one, I discovered that it only takes about 10 minutes and it's like gone. Pretty cool. So these little leaves are going to be fly stitch leaves. And I am not going to do this whole thing on camera. I mean, I might be able to, and it would be an hour long. But you guys don't want to watch all that. I mean, come on. So I'm going to finish this and come back. All right. So my neighbor has the music blaring. So I just closed the window. So the fly stitch leaf starts with one stitch right down the center. And then I came up on the right hand side right about there. I'm going to go down on the left hand side right about here. And I'm going to come back up at the end of that stitch, wrap the thread, and pull through this direction. And I'm going to go back down Now I could probably do a better job of getting those closer together. I find sometimes that if I stab my stitches, which means basically that I go all the way down and then come back up like that, up on this side and down over there. And I want to keep that loop there so I can go in the loop. And then back down there. Okay. Now I can do a better job, but you get the idea, right? All right, I'm going to do more of those off camera. Come back. All right. Couple things. I took that one out. I and did it again because then I decided that I should probably do some off camera first and then do them on camera because look how cute. All right, so she says to put Bullion Knots at the top in green. So these are small little 5 or 6 wraps. 1, 2, 5, 6. And those are, I guess, the little bud thingies that grow at the top. And we're going to put 3 of them. I have a bit of a funny story. My Face ID quit working, and I was trying desperately to figure out what happened. And I talked to I asked Siri, and it wasn't much. Oh, I couldn't get Siri to work. I couldn't get into my banking app because my Face ID wouldn't work. Couldn't get into my passwords because my Face ID wouldn't work. So I went to my computer and I asked ChatGPT, and I turned the phone off and turned it back on again, and I what else? Oh, I spent about 2 hours with ChatGPT trying all these different things. I went to the Apple website, finally called Apple because I was like, I gotta get this working. And the automated system there, the first question she asked me was, to check to see. Oh, check to see if there is anything on the screen blocking the camera. Oh my gosh. I made homemade pasta and I got flour everywhere. And I guess when I used my phone and turned on used my phone as a timer, I guess when I turned the timer on, I got flour right over top of the camera. Oh, so silly. Anyway, for these little, she calls them bellflowers. She says you do 8 to 10 wrap bullion knots and 3 or 4. I did 4 there. I did 3 here. Start with the dark color and then do some with the lighter color. So that's what we're going to do. I decided I like 4 wraps better. I like 4 bullion knots better. And I'm doing 8 wraps. And I have a milliner's needle. My milliner's needle is I think it's a 5 or a 7. I don't really know. And I have 3 strands. She says to use 2 strands. I like it better with 3 strands. So I'm using 3 strands. And for the top part, let me just do this and count these. For the top part, we're going to do a padded satin stitch. So I'm using the tops of these bullion knots as my padding. And I'm going to come up on this side and wrap around them. Go down there. And then come up here. Oh, sorry. I'll have to look and make sure that you saw the bullion knots. Otherwise, I'll take one out. If you didn't see them, I'll take one out and do them again, because I don't mind taking them out and doing them again. Oh, yes, this is nice. Oh, I just I just stopped and stopped talking and started just looking. I like it. So I have to get it wet and remove the blah 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 that stuff. The Super Solvy. Okay, I forget sometimes that I have some beautiful um lace. Like I was thinking about this on the side, but either side I put it, it looks lopsided. And then I found this. This is something that um, I used my Inktense pencils. I did a video a while back where I colored all this fabric and lace and stuff with Inktense. And I forgot about it. And so I want to put this behind there. And then I want to do some seed stitches. And I'm going to show you a little bit of that. First, let's pin this down so that it doesn't go anywhere. So I have Razzle and I have Dazzle. So the Razzle is the stuff that has these metallic little metallic sparkly things. This one is DZ4149. This is the Dazzle. And then the Razzle is just this really sparkly. And I think I want to use the Dazzle. This one is RZ4146. Basically, I think it's basically the same color. One's Razzle, one's Dazzle. Yeah. So when you cut it off the thing, it looks like this. It's all, loopy. So I have my little hair straightener that I keep next to me. And I'm going to run it through the hair straightener. And you can see what happens. It makes it behave a little bit. So then I have a chenille needle. I think this one is a 26, maybe. Maybe it's a 24. And I'm going to, the quilter's not in here. And then a seed stitch is random little tiny straight stitches. And it's kind of hard for me because I always want them to be neat and tidy and perfect, right? So I have to stab stitch them and then to work pretty hard to get them to be sort of random. And I have to pay attention because brain doesn't like to do this. But my hands really like it. Like Kate from the last homely house, she says, get out of your head and into your hands. So I'm going to go. And yeah, this might take me an hour or so to do the whole thing. I might not do the whole thing. Oh, I do like it though. Depends on how carried away I get. But I'll do this and then come back and show you. Okay, I wanted to come back and tell you one thing I forgot about. When you use this thread or other like silk ribbon or other really delicate threads like this, you should cut up a piece that's maybe 10 or 12 inches, because this is what happens, is that it frays, and especially going through the fabric over and over and over like that, it started to really fray a lot. And I got bored of doing it. So I got this purple that's in those flowers. Look at how well it matches this lace. I just love it. So this is a thing that I made. There's this stuff called Pellon, and it's stiff interfacing. I want to say it's SF101 or something like that. Anyways, you buy it. I bought it to make some kind of a bag or something. I don't remember now. Anyway, I bought it and I cut out something that looks a little like a D, and then I marked half a centimeter all the way around, and then 1/4 of an inch on that side. And there we go. All right, so that's my video for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me and Mitzi today. See you later. Bye.